Welcome back to the Demon Slayer Gaming Channel. We're going to be continuing our Final Fantasy XIV Dungeon Guide series today. We're going to be taking a look at Amaurot. After the video, if this video helps you out at all, please make sure to like it and subscribe to the channel so you can catch all the Final Fantasy XIV content coming up. Starting off for the trash pulls in here, you'll have to take the first group alone. The Terminus Stalker has a circular AoE around himself you can easily just back out of. The entire time you're fighting in this area, there will be circular AoEs that are falling around the area that you'll just want to avoid standing in. After the Stalker is dead, a new set of enemies will spawn. The Detonator will link to one party member and chase them around and will not be tankable. So usually you'll focus down the Detonator first so that all the enemies are back on the tank. The Terminus Sprinter has a very long line AoE that you'll just want to sidestep out of. You can throw this on a random party member. The third group can be dragged further on to the fourth one. The Terminus Roiler will again link to a particular party member and focus on them. So you'll want to focus this unit down. For the first beast, his Venomous Breath will be a cone AoE in front of him you'll just want to sidestep out of. Meteor Rain will cause several party members to be marked with AoEs that they'll want to spread out to avoid overlapping, but you do not want to put them all the way against the outside of the arena. Falling Sky will cause the meteors to drop, doing proximity-based AoEs along with several other large circular AoEs. After this, he'll begin casting the Final Sky, which you will need to get behind one of the meteors to avoid this damage for you, which is why you do not want to put them completely against the outside of the arena or you won't be able to get behind them. After this, whatever side of the platform the boss was on, a large portion of the battle arena will be hit with a very high damaging AoE, so you'll want to go to the opposite side. Earthquake will be a circular AoE around the boss. The next time the boss casts Meteor Rain, he will also start summoning small circular AoEs that will move in a set pattern around the platform. They will start on the outside of the platform and then begin moving in. The Burning Sky will do party-wide damage that has an AoE attached to it, so you'll want to avoid grouping up. Again, after he finishes casting the Final Sky, you'll want to move to the opposite side of the platform. The second area will continue to have AoEs falling from the sky the entire time you go through it, so you'll just want to avoid standing in these. The Terminus Roiler again will link to one party member and begin chasing them around, so you'll want to focus them down. There will be several circular AoEs from different enemies in here that you'll just want to sidestep out of. The next two groups again will have several circular AoEs you'll want to avoid, along with a detonator that you'll want to focus down. For the second boss, you'll start off fighting the boss for a little bit before he disappears and begins summoning multiple groups of adds. This fight is more about the ad groups than it is about the actual boss himself. Shrill Shriek will be the ability that summons the ad along with doing party-wide damage, so just want to heal through. The tank will want to pick up the ads on the right for the first group, while everyone focuses down the detonators since they're untankable. These ads will have the normal circular AoEs and line AoEs you've been experiencing up till this point. After the first group is mostly dead, the second group will come in. The tank will want to pick up the large group of ads, while the rest of the team kills the detonator and the roiler, which are untankable. And then shortly after you're almost done killing the second group, a third group will spawn. This one will only have units that will fight the tank, so you just want to pick all of them up and AoE them down. After all of the ads are dead, the boss will come back to the middle of the arena and begin casting bursts. He will need to kill the boss before he finishes casting bursts, or it will just wipe the entire team. After killing the boss, it will do a bit of damage to the team based on the stacks of bloated that he had. But if you killed him in a reasonable amount of time, you shouldn't be an issue.
Yet this is far from the worst.
Proceeding into the third area, there will be 2 groups per platform. You can pick up an AoE down. The final boss will be on the side of the platforms, throwing line AoEs that you'll just want to sidestep out of. Again, making sure to focus down any of the detonators or roilers that you see, as they're untankable. Most of the units in here will have frontal cone AoEs that you just want to step out of, along with one of them having a circular AoE that you'll want to avoid. After the first two groups are dead, you can jump to the next platform, fight the next two groups. This one will not have any untankable units, so you'll just want to pick them all up. The new Terminus Idolizer unit will also have a frontal cone AoE that he'll use on a random party member. For the final boss, Therion, Shadow Wreck will be party-wide damage that just needs to be healed through, and will also cut off a portion of the platform that you will no longer be able to stand in. When he casts Apocalypsis, you will want to move to the sides of the platform, as the middle of the platform will be bombarded with constant AoEs, and you will most likely die if you're standing in it. When he casts Therion Charge, he will jump to the next location, so you'll want to move away from him, as the proximity damage will decrease the further you get away, and then he will cut off a larger portion of the platform, so you will have a smaller area to work with. Deathly Ray will summon multiple skulls across the outside of the platform. They will then blast AoEs across the platform from one side to the other. As far as I know, I have not been able to identify a way to know if it's going to be left or right. So you'll want to keep an eye out for which, using the animation to yell and then move into the appropriate open area. He will then also start using line AoEs across the middle of the platform targeted at random party members, along with summoning circular AoEs in random locations that you'll want to avoid standing in. When he casts Apocalypsis again, you'll want to position yourself on this side of the platform to avoid this massive AoE. And he'll follow it up shortly after with another Therion Charge, pushing you even further back into a very small portion of this arena. Now you will need to keep an eye out for the outside platforms in this area, as they will begin having purplish AoEs on them that, when he does Apocalypsis, will cause them to fall, and if you are on them, you will immediately die. As you can see here for us, the one in the back left has the purplish crumbling AoE. At this point in the boss, it's a DPS check to kill him before all of the outside platforms fall away. And that should be it for Amaurot. I hope this helped everyone out. If it did, again, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of my videos. And I will catch you all in the next one.